Right, welcome to episode 3 Behind the Stage Tour Stories. Now, I know if you watched episode 1, when I tell you the story of what happened now, you're probably going to get mad at me. But you must understand, guys, that life is a journey. Life is a journey of learning. Life is a journey of growing. So in the year 2024, I traveled to Australia with AfriPraise or Zim Praise. They were having a gospel concert there. So I was supposed to perform. I was supposed to do stand-up comedy. Ikogo. Australia, I think you would shape in some episode 4. But anyway, I traveled with them. So it was in November. I got my visa in November. And the Tambra visa rango. Visa iranga rakanyorwa kunzi valid until May, because ndakawana musi wa28 November ranga rakanzi valid until 28 May, if I'm not mistaken, 2025. So it's valid for 6 months. But pane chimwe tuma conditions twakanyorwa so which I misinterpreted because rinonzi zoni Rangaranz is multiple entry, meaning that you can get in and get out of the country. But actually, Rangaranz must not enter after May 2025. Meaning that for the next 6 months, the visa is valid. Then Rangaranz multiple entry. I'm sorry, Rangaranz what's this? I think it was, right, here's the condition. Length of stay. Yaganyoron's 3 months from time of entry or something like that. So what I thought this meant was that you've got multiple entries. You can get in and out of the country as many times as you like, as long as it is before May 2025. And then the longest you are able to stay when you get in is 3 months. So you get in, you can do 1, 2, 3 months. 3 months before Zakwana, Ombobuda, and then you can come back again. This was my interpretation. So after doing the concerts, the shows, everything went well. Then I decided, since I've got a valid visa, let me plan my own tour as well. And I'll just use the same visa next year. So I set my April dates. I decided to do 4 cities. There was Perth, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Sydney. Set my dates, looked for venues, booked venues. Remember, for those of you who've been following, you know that I'm an independent artist. So it's basically me and my team that do all the setting up. We've got friends and contacts that help us in the countries, but nothing like a promoter, nothing like a sponsor, except the brands that we've worked with. So anyway, we booked the venues, we set the dates, we published the tickets, and tickets started moving fast. Yeah, Australia is just one of those places where I have like the strongest support. The people are just so amazing. So we released the tickets like mid-January. Around mid-February, we had sold 50% of the tickets, and the show was in April. By March, the tickets for Perth were sold out. Melbourne, I think we were left with like 30 tickets. Sydney is always kind of slow. I don't know why it's like that. Brisbane was almost sold out. So I prepared to travel. The first show being on a Friday, the 5th of April, if I'm not mistaken. So on the 2nd of April, on the 1st of April, actually, I traveled to South Africa. Then from South Africa, I'm planning to go to Australia. Now I get to the airport. I'm at the airport, about to check in. I'm actually putting my luggage on the scale. Luggage, at least space, wait, I'm not gonna leave any stuff behind. But I see that the guy who is checking my passport is a bit concerned. And he's like, do you happen to have your visa with you? And I said, yeah, I do. But I knew something was wrong because normally they don't even have to ask for these things. They see it in the system. I said, yeah, I do. I took out my phone, then I showed him. I was like, okay, have you been to Australia before? I was like, yeah, I have. I was there in November. And it was like, oh, I see. So that's the problem. My heart sank. Before he even told me what the problem was or what the issue was, hey, bro, I was sweating. My heart is beating fast. I'm so stressed out. I don't even know what to do. And then he says, actually with this visa, the visa is valid for 3 months from the time that you enter the country. and thereafter it's no longer valid. So even though I had got into the country and left before May, right, the cutoff date that is, indicated on the visa, they count the validity of my stay from the first day. So if you get in 1st of December, let's say you do the whole December, whole January, whole February, from there, your visa is expired. So the actual duration of the visa is 3 months, not 6 months. What do I do? Now I'm thinking, maybe I can go to the embassy, maybe I can visit the immigration office, maybe this is something that can be easily adjusted to say, look, I had a visa, but I want an extension. And then we realized that, we've got to postpone these shows. 4 shows, with the tickets almost all sold out. How do you make that announcement? At this moment, I'm not even thinking about the financial loss. No, I'm thinking about the people I'm going to let down. And I'm also thinking, if I don't make it, if I then attempt to come another time, these people will be like, no, this guy is not going to come, so we're not going to buy his tickets. What do? I call my manager. I told her, this is what's going on. It was around 7 p.m. Told my manager, I called some of my friends, I called King Kandoro. I told him, yo, bro, this is what's happening. I called the guys in Australia, the guys who were helping me set up the show. One of them, Dr. Chimonya, said, let me call my lawyer friend and find out what she thinks about the situation. Did a bit of our research. We're hitting a bit of a dead end. Now it's Tuesday morning. And if it's Tuesday morning in South Africa, it's now Tuesday evening in Australia, which means days are moving. You've got to make an announcement. So I told King, this is what's up. And King said, you know what? If you just make this as a post, some people may not understand you, may not sound sincere. So go ahead and make a video and explain to people that, the show is being postponed. Now we had another decision to make. Do we postpone the shows until further notice, since I don't have a visa? Do we just cancel and then plan again another time? Or do we reschedule the shows to a new date? The advantage of rescheduling to a new date is that it gives a bit of confidence to ticket holders. Someone will be like, oh, okay, well, the show has been moved from 1 to 15 or from 1 to 20. Let me see if I'm available. And then at least it gives them some confidence that the show is still gonna go on. The disadvantage is, if you do that, remember you don't have the visa yet. So if you eventually do not get the visa, you are then going to have to eventually cancel a show that you initially moved. Now we're battling with that, and then I just decided to risk it. And then I said, let's move the shows. Let's move all the shows by 5 weeks. Because the visa guy, the agent, told me that it would take 15 working days to have the visa ready. This is early April, around the 3rd, 4th of April. And we're like, okay, so maybe the visa will be ready by around the 20th. So if we have the show in May, first week of May, or second weekend of May, I think that's enough time. So in making the announcement, I made a video. I told the people I'm very sorry about the inconvenience with some logistical challenges. There's some technicalities we didn't understand about immigration and so forth and so forth. So we are moving the show to this new date. Those who'd like to get their refunds, you can claim them via our email. But those who'd like to maintain their tickets for the new shows, you can go ahead and do so. The thing I was worried about the most was just getting an intense backlash of people saying, oh, no, we don't get car. Hey, this is why we don't support Zimbabweans. Hey, this is what I was really worried about. I was not thinking about the money at that point. But somehow, for some reason, I think maybe because I tried my best to be transparent and we had made, a provision for new dates, people were a bit receptive. Yes, I did have 1 or 2 people who were really angry, and some of them, like, okay, I need my refund. And then if you delayed by like a day or 2 in processing that refund, you would get messages, yeah, this is my hard-earned money. and it's totally understandable. But it wasn't the majority of the people. It was just a few standalone cases. So now we start the visa process. We make the application. We're waiting. Time is ticking. I come back to Harare. We do the Harare shows in April. the shows were amazing. They were back-to-back shows. We ended up doing 2 shows because the first one got sold out, lived over into another show. Then from there, I went to Joburg on the 1st of May. Joburg was also amazing. From there, I went to Cape Town. Also a dope show. Now this is the 2nd of May. The next show is on the 7th of May, or 8th, if I'm not mistaken. It should be the 7th of May. And it's supposed to be Australia. I'm in South Africa. I actually left Zim with my bags packed, ready to travel to Australia. I had not received my visa. I'm thinking, if I don't get the visa, do I postpone again? What do I tell people? So every time I'm checking my phone for an update, nothing. Saturday, I do the show in Joburg. Show went well, but after the show, I'm thinking, hey, Australia. The 2nd of May, Cape Town, fire show. After that, I'm thinking. Then Monday morning, I woke up around 3 a.m., checked my phone. Because remember, 3 a.m., it's already like 10 a.m. in Australia at that time. Started checking my phone, no update. And then I went to bed. I want to tell you a story. This happened. I had a dream. And in this dream, I walked into an office. And there was an official in that office. And I was asking him to help me out with my visa issue. And this official was saying something like, it was a Zimbabwean official. And he was saying something like, okay, what we can do is I can write a letter for you that you need medication so that, you know how dreams are. And before, some people say, don't spiritualize everything. No. For me, I also think what contributed is because this was on my mind heavily. But it so happened that I was having this dream. And then I was like, no, I actually have a letter from the Arts Council in Australia. Because, when you apply first, they've got to verify, the arts board there has got to verify that you're actually an artist. And then when they give you that verification, then you apply for a visa as an artist. So I did have that letter. And in the dream, I was trying to tell the official, no, we don't have to lie or anything. You don't really have to write me a letter. I've got something in my phone. And in that dream, I was trying to look for and you know how dreams are. I'm trying to look for that letter. I can't find it until I woke up from that dream. And when I woke up from that dream, I checked my phone. The visa had come through. True story. The visa agent sent me the visa. Was like, please check if all the information, if all the details are correct. I don't think in the last year, I don't think in 2025, there is a day I sincerely and profoundly thanked God like I did on that day. Like I remember specifically saying to God, thank you, sir. I've never called God sir in my life. Like, I don't know. This was my way of trying to show God how genuinely and how truly I was grateful. I know God can see my heart, but I was trying to express it. I just said, thank you for coming through for me. This could have been a disaster. So right away, this is Monday. I booked my ticket. I'm on the next flight. I think I left on Monday evening. I think I left on Monday evening, got there Tuesday. Eventually did the shows. The shows were fire. Melbourne was lit. It was the first show. So this is my first comedy show in Australia that I did in Melbourne. I just fell in love with the city. From there, I went to Sydney. Sydney was great. Brisbane was amazing. And then I finally went to Perth. And Perth is what we, in our circle, in my circle, me and my fans, we call Perth the HQ, the headquarters.
So this is the shutdown in Perth. Perth, make some noise! Tell me something, guys. Did you guys have a good time? Yeah! Did you guys enjoy? Yeah! Should we do this again? Yeah! One more time, make some noise!
Of course, I know people from Adelaide are not really happy with that. People in Manchester are not happy with that. People in Harare are not happy with that. But that's where we call the HQ of the Slick Pasta brand, or I say we're in the Bullets. But overall, I just received overwhelming love from everyone. So my biggest takeaways from that story and that experience is that, God comes through for his people, man. But also, you should be organized. As simple as that. Before we even talk about the spiritual lessons and how God comes through and helps us, some of it is actually unnecessary. If I had done proper research from the time, because I had time, to be honest, I had time. to say, is this visa really valid? You know, I could have asked people to say, can I still use this visa, or I need to get another one? Instead of just making assumptions when you are planning something so big. So some of the problem is unnecessary. Some of the trouble that we go through is unnecessary. This could have been easily avoided. So this is a lesson to someone to say, yes, you can sometimes pray and, you know, try to fix things last minute and they work out, but sometimes you don't have to go through that. Just have your things in order. But that's all part of the journey of growing. That's all part of the journey of you know, following your dreams and figuring stuff out. So yeah, this is it. So I'm very excited that in October I'm going back. I'm going to be again performing in Australia on the 2nd of October. I'm going to be in Sydney. Like I said, you know, I don't know what happens with tickets in Sydney. I used to think that we've got a lot of people in Sydney, so it should be like the first city to sell out the tickets. But I'm hoping things change this time. And then on the 3rd, I'm going to be in Canberra, and this is going to be my first time, which is the capital city. And then lastly, I'm going to be in Adelaide on the 10th of October. So if you're watching this video and you're in Australia, or you're watching this video and you know someone, a friend, a relative who is in Australia, please let them know that the Slick Pasta is coming through and it's going to be fire. Como Nice.